Picture this. Mark Sutton, the fearless wingsuit pilot known for skydiving into the 2012 London Olympics as James Bond, is soaring through the sky at unimaginable speeds. The mountains below him are breathtaking, but the danger, it's equally overwhelming. Alongside his close friend and fellow wingsuit enthusiast Tony Uragallo, Sutton is flying high over the Swiss Alps, a place they both loved for its beauty and its perilous challenges. But on this fateful day, August 14th, 2013, something would go terribly wrong. Before we dive into the chilling details of what led to the tragic death of Mark Sutton, let's first explore the man behind the wingsuit. The man who captivated the world with his daring feats and passion for extreme sports. We'll also talk about that horrific accident and why it left the wingsuit flying community in absolute shock. Stay with me as we unravel the story of Sutton's incredible life, his fearless friendship with Uragallo, and those final horrifying moments. If you want to see more videos about extreme sport, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Mark Sutton wasn't just any wingsuit pilot, he was one of the best. Born in 1971, Sutton had a passion for skydiving, speed, and adventure from an early age. He had over 3,000 jumps under his belt by the time he made his mark on the world during the 2012 London Olympics, when he famously performed the daring stunt of skydiving as James Bond. Alongside Gary Connery, who played the Queen, Sutton descended into Olympic Stadium, solidifying his place in both the sporting and entertainment world. But while that iconic moment gained him fame, it was his love for wingsuiting that kept him chasing higher and more dangerous thrills. Wingsuiting is one of the most extreme and dangerous sports in the world. Unlike traditional skydiving, where the goal is to simply descend, wingsuit flying is about gliding horizontally through the sky, reaching speeds of up to 200 miles per hour, just meters away from towering mountains and rocky outcrops. It's a delicate balance between life and death, where the smallest miscalculation can be fatal. And Mark Sutton knew that better than anyone. His close friend, Tony Uragallo, was another experienced wingsuiter who shared Mark's insatiable thirst for adventure. Together, they pushed the limits of what was possible in the sport, traveling to some of the most dangerous and beautiful places on Earth to glide through the sky. They had spent countless hours perfecting their technique, calculating every move, every jump, and every glide to minimize the risks. But wingsuiting, despite all the preparation in the world, remains unpredictable. On that particular day in August 2013, Sutton and Uragallo had traveled to the Swiss Alps to take part in a 3-day event for extreme sportsmen. The Alps, known for their stunning landscapes, also posed one of the most dangerous environments for wingsuit flying. With its steep cliffs, narrow valleys, and rapidly changing weather, it was a place where even the smallest mistake could lead to tragedy. But for Sutton, this challenge was part of the allure. The Swiss Alps represented the pinnacle of wingsuit flying, a place where only the best could thrive. As they prepared for their flight, everything seemed routine. The weather was good, the air was clear, and Sutton, alongside Uragallo, was ready for another exhilarating ride. They had flown these lines before, calculated their approach, and knew the risks. But that day, something went horribly wrong. Mark Sutton took off from a helicopter at 10,800 feet above the ground. As he soared through the air in his wingsuit, he maintained his typical speed and grace, but something wasn't right. Whether it was a misjudgment in his flight path or a sudden change in the wind, no one will ever truly know. What we do know is that Sutton collided with a ridge, slamming into the rocky mountainside at over 125 miles per hour. The impact was immediate and fatal. But what's shocking is how quickly things went from awe-inspiring to catastrophic. In wingsuiting, pilots fly incredibly close to the ground, often mere meters above the treetops or mountains, to get the full effect of the sport. This proximity leaves zero room for error. 1 second, you're gliding with precision, and the next, you're in a deadly freefall. Tony Uragallo, Sutton's companion that day, was left in utter shock. As the helicopter circled back to retrieve the flyers, it was immediately clear something had gone terribly wrong. Rescue teams were dispatched, but there was nothing they could do. The force of the crash had killed Sutton instantly. He was just 42 years old. News of Sutton's death spread rapidly, leaving the wingsuit and extreme sports community in mourning. How could someone as skilled and experienced as Sutton lose his life doing something he loves so much? The answer lies in the inherent risks of wingsuiting. No matter how experienced or prepared you are, nature always has the upper hand. The investigation that followed Sutton's death revealed that the area he had chosen to fly in that day was exceptionally dangerous. The narrow valleys and steep cliffs left little room for mistakes, and the speed at which Sutton was flying made any correction nearly impossible. Even a slight miscalculation of his trajectory would have led to disaster, and that's exactly what happened. For Tony Uragallo, this wasn't just the loss of a friend. It was a haunting reminder of the fragility of life in their sport. The two had shared so many thrilling adventures, but this one would forever leave a scar. It wasn't just the physical danger that wingsuiters like Sutton and Uragallo faced. It was the emotional toll of knowing that every jump could be their last. And yet, despite the risks, Sutton loved wingsuiting with every fiber of his being. To him, the freedom of flight, the adrenaline, and the sheer beauty of soaring through the sky made it all worth it. He knew the dangers, but he embraced them. That's what made him extraordinary. But that's also what makes his story so heartbreaking. In the years since Sutton's death, the wingsuit flying community has continued to evolve, with pilots pushing the boundaries of the sport even further. But Sutton's legacy remains. He wasn't just a pioneer, he was a symbol of what it means to live life fully, to embrace risk, and to chase your passion, even if it leads to a tragic end. But that's the price of extreme sports, isn't it? The same thrill that keeps you alive can also take it all away in an instant.